Hello everyone. Well, I'm having a break from Mr. Yay again because my head's just not in it. I just can't concentrate to do the thing, so there's no point because I'll only shag it up. So, yep, guess what I'm doing? Yep, I am starting on Rainbow Cove. The reason I'm starting on this is because it's so bright and cheerful, and I do need a little bit of cheering up because yesterday, yesterday, my son wanted to borrow some money, so I said, fine, come round. He said, oh, I will do in the morning. So that was yesterday morning, he would come round. I waited in all morning, nothing. So come lunchtime, I messaged him again and said, via Messenger, and said, when you come around, he says, oh, after school. Now, bear in mind, that was about 1:45. And he would have known at that point what he was doing, where he was headed and all that. And then I said, are you coming around still? And he said, can you come to ours because the kids are tired after their sports day? My heart, everything just dropped. I was absolutely gutted. And I don't care. I did even cry a bit because I was really upset because last year it happened the same, and the year before that, and now again this year. And I've been so on the ball. They said it was the 23rd. Even my grandson said it was the 23rd. And, and I figured out it was 1:30. And I got it all prepared because it was a Thursday. And I thought, all right, okay. I will get that because I'll have to change my craft group day because that's also on that day. And so I did that. And yeah, only to find out that I'd missed it again. So I said, well, because first off it was going to be 40 quid. Then it went up to 60 quid. And I thought, I can just about do that. I had a push. I had a new credit card. So I thought, it's already up to the limit enough. I had about enough left on it. And because it was only a 200 quid credit limit on that one. Because it's supposed to be for, the emergencies and to tide me through till I got the got paid, which is next week. So now I'm completely brassic until next week. So it's a bit of a laugh, really. And yeah, and so I'm there thinking, well, stuff this. If he wants me to go to there after he knows damn well that I wanted to go to the sports day, he just didn't want me to go. That's all it is. That's what happened last year. And hope it didn't cut through because it's quite thin. And so yeah, so I thought, no, stuff this. I'm going to change my pin, or take the key out of my key safe so he can't let himself in. And I'm going to go and get my fish and chips and stuff it. And he's got nothing coming if he wants to borrow anything from me, because I don't get a thank you. And it's a devil's job trying to get things back from him, money back. Anyway, so I was just about getting ready to go. I was just faffing around with the key safe thing, and then what happens? He turns up with partner and the 3 kids, and then I just said to him, you do understand that I'm upset, don't you, about this? And then he proceeded to rattle on all about all his oh God, what's going on with him and why he can't do this and he can't think. I says, no, I don't care. You were at you know, at 12:40 odd, you were on your way or at school ready for the sports day because it was in the afternoon. And I says, you were there and you knew. And, you know, oh, I've got so much to think about. No, Nick, no, it don't work like that. I've got loads of things that I think about, but I still think about things and I still try and remember things. And I don't try and pass it off and blame other people. Yeah, I'm angry, you can tell, can't you? Oh, God. But at any rate, so, yeah. So I got lovely hugs from my grandchildren. The grandson who'd asked me to come was pretty upset that I hadn't turned up. Because when I said, I'm sorry, he just hid into the back of his sister's neck and hid and, you know, didn't want to be seen. Which is what he does when he's sort of upset. And I gave him extra cuddles and kisses and stuff. And then, you know, yeah, so in the end, I ended up trying to get through to him. You can understand. I said, well, you know, that's not my problem, is it? I said, you know, you want this money from me. When am I going to get it back? Oh, Friday. Are you sure about that? Well, it depends what I get. Because I'm having to go to the job centre now. Because I'm having to go and they want me to get another job, different job. Because this one isn't working out. It's not paying enough. And all this kind of stuff. And I thought, that's really not quite right. Because he has a job. And they shouldn't be demanding him to. But anyway, that was beside the point. And I need my phone for my job. Everything's all gone wrong. You know, I don't know. You know, I haven't made a car payment. That's why we've walked here today. Because I'm trying not to use it as much as possible. He'd use it to go to work and when he wants to. Yeah. And then it was like, you know, I've borrowed money before from his partner's mum. I thought, yeah, she always gets the money back, doesn't she? Me? No, I don't ever get the money back, or hardly ever. Oh, it's a real battle. And so stupidly I said, yes, I'll pay it, you know, 60 quid. And when he shows me the bill on his phone, it is 86 quid and some change. So nearly 87 quid. And I'm saying, that's a lot more than 60 quid, isn't it, Nick? I need it for work. Well, I need it. And then I find out his partner's birthday was not on the same day as the sports day, which is what I thought it was. No, it'd already been. I had her card and I was going to give her some money. And that's, you know, so I was going to get her a voucher for Amazon with my credit card to give her. But of course now, because Nick's had it, I didn't have any money. So I said to her, right, well, okay, 20 quid of that money. You don't have to pay me back, but you have to give it to Amy because that's her birthday money. And stuff. And I thought, right, okay. And then I said, well, when will I be able to get the other bit? Well, I won't have enough money, you know, when I can. No, Nick, I've heard this before. I want some back on Friday. Even if it's just 20 quid. Okay. And I damn well better do. Because if that's the case, then I'm not playing this game anymore. Well, from now on, he's not getting any more money from me. Because A, I haven't got any more money to give. I'm trying to sort my own finances out. I'm not here. If he can't, he won't accept help. He gets very stubborn. He wants to do it all by himself and everything else. But when he can't, then he gets really peed off. And it's mainly peed off with himself. But, of course, he can't take that blame. And he you know, he can't process that he's peed off with himself. So, what does he do? It's always me. Always me, guaranteed. You know? Maybe some others, maybe his partner to a certain extent, but nowhere near as much as it is for me. And then he gets quite nasty with it. And, you know, I'm fed up with it. I'm not adhering to, you know, it just reminds me of some of the stuff which my mother used to pull. You know, and it's like, and I blew her out of my life. You know. And I'm not having this again. So I said, I can understand that you've got a lot on, Nick, but can you please also try and understand that I am upset by this? And he doesn't get that. He doesn't get empathy for other people. He's got ASD and ADHD, inattentive kind. So yes, he has got some problems, but there are some problems and there are some problems. His partner, she knew I wanted to go. You know, the grandkids knew I wanted to go. Stuff. And it's, you know, and it's all crap. It's all bollocks. Excuse my French, but it is. And I just got so fed up with it. So I went into town and they were, the kids, I had the girl in front of me on my scooter and I had the boy on the back holding on to me as we were going down the road, because I went off to go and get my fish and chips and they were going off home. And they didn't dare, you know, Mum and Dad didn't dare say anything. So they knew, they damn well knew. And I gave extra love and attention to my grandkids. I gave some of the strawberry shortcake painting because she liked it. And she also had the last of my prawn crackers because she liked that. Felt sorry that I didn't have anything for Dom. But there again, I didn't have anything for the little one either, Kobe. But well, I'm not going to be lending any more money to him because, you know, there's always some reason or other why they can't pay me back. Oh, this bill, that bill, oh, I've got to pay it. Yes, well, you've got to sort out your bills, haven't you? We've all got to do it. We all have to sit down. And if we can't pay them, then we phone them up and let them know that we can't pay them. And can we have a payment plan, please? So we're then not worrying so much because we have a payment plan in place. You know, I mean, that's what I had to do with my gas. My gas was ridiculous and they wanted stupid amounts per month. And I said, well, I can't afford that. And then they've knocked it down. Still stupid amounts, but it's still a lot less than what they were wanting from me. And yeah, you have to do it. You have to face up to your cock-ups. I mean, when I'm gone, he ain't going to have anybody to blame. He'll blame somebody, though, because it'll always be somebody's fault. Probably his kids, then. God help them. Hopefully they're stronger then. But then he tries to use it, you know, saying, oh, well, you know I've got problems. Yeah. And now you're just using that as an excuse and a reason. And, you know, you seem to manage all right the other times. At any rate, shouldn't you be talking to your partner about this when you can't afford things? She has money. And I try and help him with saying, well, do you want me to help you sort out a budgeting thing? And I'll just show you how I do it, and then you can take what you will from it, and if you want to use it, you can, and if you don't, or you want to tweak it to find your own way, then you can. So, you know, I've given him options, but he's just crap at it. And I'm just, you know, I also had to hand him in that letter. They asked me to print this letter out. If they emailed him, print this letter out, tweak, you know, print it out for them and send it and let them have it back. So I'd already done that, and that took me about half an hour because I had to go through it and add in the capital letters where there should have been capital letters, the grammar, and the and adding in extra bits and taking out bits which were sort of, they wouldn't, you know, it was unnecessary. So I did all that, and I just sort of thought, bloody hell, do all this and, you know, don't get even a thank you. I didn't even get a thank you for anything. I just thought, the kids, the grandkids, the grandkids. And little Kobe kept giving me giggles and looks and smiles. While I was being scowled at. You know. Oh dear. Half of me thinks maybe I should just move away. But then I couldn't do it to the kids, the grandkids. Because they like seeing me. We're mad together, we are. You know. We do lots of things that perhaps we shouldn't. But, you know, that's that. But anyway, I've had enough waffle on that. God, nearly 20 minutes of that ranting. I apologise, but it's out now. And why am I single placing? It's because I'm still thinking I'm doing a flipping cross-stitch conversion. Oh, yes, look at that. My finger. My fan has finally died. I thought, right, okay, because it's been on and off. And I thought, well, that could be a loose wire. Or perhaps the fuse has gone. Change the fuse, not that. So I completely took it apart. I mean, took it apart. Even went inside the gubbins, the engine of it, and a lot of it is sealed up, so I couldn't get to check the wires that well. I mean, I managed to check some. I hoovered out all the dust because there was just so much dust. It's just ridiculous, and I did that. And then as I was just wiping some of the dust away from the grill bit, you know, the outer bit, which is the protective bit, supposedly to stop you from, you know, the fans hitting you, the plastic fan hitting you. Yeah, sliced my finger. And so I thought, oh, God. Oh. So, yes, that was my day. I think I finished doing a bit of my Mr. Yay. I sort of finished the side part up to where I'd done, because I'd done like 3/4 of the page, A4 page, and then I did the last little bit, and then of course I had to seal it. And yeah, oh, this one I haven't got any tape around the outside, and it does need it. Oh, for God's sakes. How am I going to do it there with a chunky finger on? And is this bit going to even... I might do 2 layers, but it definitely ain't going to do. I don't think it's going to manage to do it all, is it? Oh, God. Oh, I don't want it on that, do I? Need to pull that down. Muppet. I am a muppet. I've been looking at fabric today online on some of my old wholesaler accounts. Yes, I think I'm going to be tempted with some of them. I'm not going to get the 13 metre rolls, but I have to get the what's it called? I've been looking at, and the ones that are like 6 metres and 7 metre rolls. Because I've got another bee in my bonnet, haven't I? I've got another bee in my bonnet. Another thing that I'm, sparkly, I want to do. It's not as if I haven't got any fabric. I mean, I used to have a fabric shop, so I've got shed loads of fabric left over. But it's not the fabric I want. And I haven't got enough plains either, so I need... Oh, God. I need some plains. Oh, dear, that's... bendy. Oh, dear. So it's... You probably can't see what I'm doing now because it's a bit out of shot. Right. Right, that's that side done. I won't do any more down that side. So I'm just going to do a bit of... I've got the rest of this canvas wrapped around the bit that I had wrapped around on my Untamed one. I've got to remember, try not to pull it too much so that the tension goes funny and then it mucks up the canvas, you know, laying down flat. Right, that'll do. Right, that's enough. Don't need to be overly. I'm still not going to have enough though, am I? Right, back to where we were. Oh, I think I want to get out the putty. No, not you, pussy. I said putty. Oh, I suppose so. I thought I saw a putty tat. Putty tat. Oh, this bloody... Why are you shagging around? I brought my laptop down and now the wire's gone everywhere and my wheels won't go over it. Right, let's get some of this out. Better give it a bit of a warm up. Right. This is how I do it. I'm only basically topping it up. And I put it away. Then I will round it off and push it in. And then I go like that. And I need to go back there a bit. And rub off the excess. Making sure that both the ends are covered. And the middle bit is covered, definitely the middle bit. Yeah, that'll do. It'll probably shag up at some point anyway. Oh, that's still got a smell to it. Watermelon and lemonade. Don't know what happened to my blackberry one. Oh, gutted about that. That's somewhere. And there's another one I had. Right. Let's do this spot of multi-placing because it's looking a little bit untidy. Are we in shot again? Right. Oh, yes, look at that. Oh, my God, this painting. I can't believe I've started it. I made an excuse to start it, didn't I? Really. I know I've been down a bit, but that's no real reason to start a painting. Another one, especially a big one. I should be finishing the other ones off. But my job, not my job, my challenge, I should say, is for in June. I was going to be doing some of the masters, June, July, I think it is. But I have decided that I'm going to just finish off my WiPs. I want to try and get as many of my WiPs finished as I can. And I also have got to fill in the gaps and seal my big untamed one, so then it's ready for a frame. But oh my god, yes, this fabric. I thought, right, I looked on one site and it was just a standard site, and it was like, ooh, 37 fat quarters, right? 37. Oh, and there was 2 or 3, yeah, 3 I think, of ones which were more than a fat quarter, because they were clearance bits, and it was going to be £154. Jeez, it's a lot more money than, I mean, they're averaging selling out their fat quarters by about £4, because fabric is about 16 quid a metre. It was about 12 quid when I was selling fabrics a metre, and I was selling the them at £3 and 2.75 fat quarters, because some of them, you know, were plains, which were cheaper. But bloody hell is all I can say. 12 quid a metre I was doing it at, and it was like, but yeah, so I've got to and then on one of my wholesale sites I found that I would like to try and see about 6 bolts of fabric, I think. 4 of those would be patterned geometric style and sort of retro. That's the pattern I want. And then 2 plains, which will go, you know, with them. Because there I was watching someone, and she was doing these book sleeves. I thought, oh, they're easy enough to do. And she kept getting the pocket wrong, and I was shouting at her, saying, just turn the pocket the other way round. Because I've had that problem so many times when I've gone and looked at it and went, huh? No, how did that go? I did it all right. And it was only because I'd only turned the pocket one turn instead of, I turned it one way instead of I should have turned it the other side. And then it would have worked out. But, yeah. So I thought, oh. And I just miss sewing. I miss my sewing machine. I've got Pfaff Quilt Expressions, expensive one. And it's just sat there. It's been sat there for what? 3-4 years now. I haven't used it, and it's ridiculous. It is totally ridiculous. I have to say, while I'm doing this painting, there is quite a few gaps. But well, yeah. So I mean, I went through a phase of, ooh, let's do scrunchies. I can make scrunchies. Scrunchies are doing well. And then I thought, never got around to doing it. I loved all the planning of it. And then it's, oh dear. Yes, so then of course I've had my needle punching. Started that. Haven't done much since. Got loads of wool to do it though. It's just crazy. And I'm trying to think of, why am I getting into all these hobbies again? What is it that I'm trying to run from? Because usually that's the case. I don't like the same thing. And I think that is down to, I'm pretty certain that I'm ADHD, ADD or whatever it is. I did the same with my son when he was little. And I would try and, we would have a routine as such, but then certain places I would like, when we were going places, I'd go one way there and then I'd come back a different way. Or I'd go the other way there and back another way. Because I didn't want him to get stuck in the rigidity of a routine, and so that if ever we went somewhere again and we didn't go the route that he was expecting, he wouldn't get a meltdown. That's why I did it. And so that sort of kind of like stuck with me. And also, you know, for me, it's like, it gets a bit boring after a while. I've always been easily bored. It get boring doing the same thing. You know, you've got to switch up a bit. I mean, when I was down south, I had a lovely little house there. Beautiful garden. You know, it was a lovely school. All my friends. And when one of the friends who was my neighbour said they were moving back up to where I am now. And I said, oh, I might join you. So we moved up here. So, you know, I'm thinking back on it. That must have been a real big upheaval for my kids. But I got all caught up on the excitement of it all. And I should have realised that, you know, I mean, they were fine about it, you know, now. But at the time, you know. So, or at least I think they are fine about it now. They're all adults now doing their own thing, and perhaps what's coming now is my karma. But well, God, this is tedious. Why am I doing it again? I'm doing single placing again. Why? God, this is going to take me a while to remember that I don't have to single place. I don't know what I'm going to have for dinner tonight. I'm trying to think what I've got. I've got rice. I may have a pizza in the freezer, but I think I had that one. And what else? Got some old chicken thighs in there. They look a bit scraggly. Probably been in there a bit too long. Got veggies in there. God, see, look at that. Look at all the gapping. You can see it all with the light underneath it. Let's just home in a bit. Can you see? Ugh. Can't handle all this gapping. Right. Let's do all these little ones here. This will have to be single place now. Miserable day today. It's been raining. But I still decided, even though it was a little bit chilly, I'm not going to put my heating back on. Because that's just rubbish. If I'm cold, I'll put a jumper on or a cardigan. But considering my thermostat, internal thermostat, is shagged, I'll be taking that cardigan on, off, on, off, on, off. And as my fan is broken, I don't have that to, what's the way? Oh, sorry. To make me keep my cardigan on. And then I can have the fan on, saves taking it on and off all the time. I think I could have done, if part of that fan wasn't sort of in a sealed block, because there was no way I could get it out of there without sort of damaging the block that it was put into. Then I would have stripped all the wires down, you know, cut off the end bits, stripped them down a bit, and then put fresh, you know, used the fresh part of the wire into where it needed to go. But because there's button control, that's sort of wired one, and then it kind of like goes into like a it's a sealed flipping terminal block. Pretty typical. Mind you, I could just, I think in one of my jars I might have a terminal block that would probably work. One of these, you know, ones you can get to. I might have to have a look in that. Seeing as the fan's already buggered, you know, it won't hurt, you know, if I take it apart. It's got a sealed plug as well, which meant that I couldn't look into it, but I can easily unseal that plug. You know, chop off the cable and then rewire it into the plug. I've got a spare plug somewhere. And most things like that will have to have an earth, so you know, it'll be all safe. I'll never forget the time when I was down south and I'd got these beautiful gold sort of looking like, but old antique gold looking like a candelabra type thing, but it was going to fit into a lamp. I was going to put it into a lamp bit, and I was just checking the wires and everything else. What I should have done though, because it was the old style wiring, I should have stripped all that wiring out, but because it came out in the cable and it was like curled round, you know, it was like two wires twisted around and around. That should have been a warning point, because obviously when there's only two wires, one is neutral and the other is live. There's no earth. And I faffed about with that, because there was no way I could hold it properly. I rested it, but what I rested it on was an old paint can that I had, because I'd been painting, I think, the base of this candle thing that this lamp thing that I was going to put it into. So I rested it on the top of that, plugged it in, turned it on, bang! Whoops! So I was pleased I wasn't holding that, because that could have been pretty nasty. And it didn't help because the metal was on the metal tin and there was no earth wire, and it blew up that that socket. Couldn't use that socket again because it was just it had been blown up. I was like, oh, that was lucky. And then I got a bit fearful from them, and I can't remember what I did with them. I think I might have sent them back, because I got them from the dump for cheap, really cheap. Smile, basically, that cheap. And yeah, that's when you could go up to the dump, and it was great, you know. You can rootle around. You were allowed to rootle around. Well, it wasn't our dump. You could go rootle around. The dump is the tip, you know, where you take your bits, that your unwanted bits in, you know, like tables, chairs, bedding, you know, all that kind of beds, I mean, and all that kind of stuff. And there was a corner in this one, and in this corner was all the bits that were sort of, you know, good nick type thing. So you go up there and you'd have a rootle around, and of course it always different because people used to bring up things on a daily basis, and so you'd have a good rootle around and you'd find some good bargains. I mean, yeah, I did find some really nice bargains, you know, side tables. I found a lovely lovely cabinet thing, moved with me from down there to up to London, back and all over, and then it finally died, sadly, because it was beautiful. And I found lots of things there when you could, and then when you ask them how much it cost, if the chap liked you, he'd just say, oh, give us a smile, and you do your best smile, and then you go away. And if you got the grumpy one, you say, 5 for the lot. Or, but then at one point he started getting a bit more expensive, and it was like, oh, bloody hell, you got a bit greedy. Because I know what they were doing. They were, it being a dump, all that stuff had to go somewhere. And what these chaps were doing was, on the sly, they were selling it off to people who wanted it, and they kept the money. But then the council got to find out about it, and then it was like, no, you can't have anything now, and it's health and safety and all that kind of crap. And it's like, oh, the amount of things that you could get from the bloody dump. I mean, I have known people to go up to somebody else. I've done it a couple of times when I was down south. Got up a couple of times to somebody who was taking some stuff out, and before they put it on the ground, because second it's on the ground, it's classed as its dump, I said, oh, any chance that, you know, if you're getting rid of that, can I have it, please? And yeah, they'd let me have it. So we just transferred it to my car, much to the chagrin of the people at the dump. At the same point, you know, they stopped us being able to buy it, so they, you know, I mean, some dumps still continue to let people buy things, but they would keep the money. The dump itself, you know, the council, the money would go to the council. And that's when I think the prices went up a bit. You know, which is crazy considering there's a lot of stuff going in and they're always going to get a bit of money. But, well, God, nearly done this bit. Did I really want to do this puzzle? This painting? I took out Secret Temple, thinking, toss up between this one and Secret Temple. And I looked at Secret Temple and thought, as much as I want to do you, I'm not quite in that mood for you now. Because it's got slightly darker colours, I needed something really bright and cheerful. And this is really bright and cheerful. After I've got shot of this blue. But yes, so, whoops. It's crazy, isn't it? It's like 40 minutes in and that's all I've done. Yes, okay, granted, 20 minutes of that 40 minutes was me waffling on, ranting on about families. Oh, but oh my God, look at these colours. Are they not to die for? They are so cheerful, aren't they? I don't know if I can. There, look at that. How sexy are they? God, you can see the static in that one. And that one's got a bit. Yeah, but well, they are so cheerful. Right, now we want the tick. That is 3844. I have got a bag of spares. It is a pencil case bag. Oh my God. Wow. Look at that colour. Oh my God. Can you see that colour? Can you see it? It's to die for. That is a glorious teal. Teal. Oh, blue. Oh, it's lovely. Oh. What did I do with it? There it is. Rainbow Cove. It's a rather full bag, my Rainbow Cove. So I have a little tag on there to tell me which one's which. And then inside, I always put in, it's in here somewhere. Where is it? It's in here. There is, and there is a little sheet saying which one it's to, just in case the tag on the outside pops off. But look at all that. All right. So on with this sexy blue. Oh my God. Oh, I like this one a lot. Ooh. Are we still in shot? Having to move everything, slide it all across. Doesn't show up that clearly on here. It looks sort of not as good as it does in the tray against the white. Yeah. Huh. Oh God, I keep finding flipping blank canvases upstairs. But the sad thing is, they're the double-sided canvases. And I don't like double-sided. Of course, because at the time, that was the only sort of, for blank canvases you could get at one stage, you know. It always cost you extra to get the poured glue. And now lots of them are doing the poured glue as standard. And yeah, so it's... So it's going to be a bit fun when I get to do my sexy Wang Evo, because him I've got marked down to be doing on a big canvas as opposed to lots of little ones. But I'm really going to have to find a better way of doing it. I really will have to clear the table off totally, so I've got more space. Because I mean, I work in a cluttered, it's ridiculous. My house is like my mind, my brain. Oh my God, I was having conversations in my head last night you wouldn't believe. Some nights my head gets very chatty, and it's not me going mad, honestly. Well, after I've told you what it is, you might think I'm going mad. But since younger, I get these, I can hear things, smell things, sense things. Not always do I see things, but some of the time I do. And last night, the radio in my head, it was like I was in a room full of loads of people, and it was, you know, it's like a party type of thing, except it's not as fun. And I had loads of people ask me questions, conversations and things like that. And a lot of it I didn't have the answers to. And it's going to sound crazy, but, you know, when I say I talk to dead people, I do. And it's some nights I get it most nights when I go to sleep. That's why I get insomnia as well. It's because I'm being kept awake. Sometimes I can shut it off, but some of the time it just, oh God, it's constant. I mean, during the day it's still there occasionally, but it's more drowned out, you know, with, you know, everyday sounds and things like that. And it doesn't help I got tinnitus on top of that all. But don't be freaked out. It's just what it is. And I had this ever since I was in that boating accident where I drowned and I came back. Ever since then, age of 7, I've had these things happen. And it used to really scare me and sent me off in panic attacks and things like that. And I used to fight it a lot, which made the panic attacks worse. And then I sort of slowly, very slowly, because it took me over 30 years to to sort of let it go or just accept it in a way. It happens, and that's just that, you know. Whatever it is whatever it is, you know. Do I really think I'm talking to dead people? I don't know. It's one of those ones you don't know. But yeah. Oh. Yes, I'm quite tired this morning. Yeah. So when people say, oh, you don't go out, oh, you should go to that party or this party, and it's like, oh, I've had enough of parties, thank you very much. Every night in my dreams I'm at a party. Get in there. But we will see what tonight brings us. This colour is gorge. Oh, poo. When you scrunch it up and it goes toot, 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 it knocks one out. I mean, look at those two colours. They're fabberoonie, aren't they? Let's see if I can look at those. They're gorgeous. Right, go back out because I have to go back out. But there again, you're probably not looking at this. You're probably dotting away yourselves and just listening to me rant on. Oh, there's a P there. I'll have a P, please, Bob. What was that to? Only those in Britain will probably know. Ah. I wonder if my tea's drinkable yet. What do you think? Chances are probably not. I love that as it comes back up, you know. It's so hard to do this with a sort of poorly bandaged finger. I was a bit about it because yesterday I did it on the fan, and the fan was dusty and dirty, and I thought, oh god, I don't want to get any bugs and crap in there because I could feel it on my skin, you know, that horrible. Ugh. So I washed my hands as best as I could. And rinsed the cut off. I didn't want it to bleed, but at the same point I didn't want it not to, because I knew that what that one is, that one. It's got a little nubbin on that one. And I didn't want it to bleed, but then again I knew that if it bled, at least then it was taking out, you know, any of the crap that had managed to get under, that the water hadn't got hold of. So I let it bleed under the tap for a bit. And then I stuck it in my mouth, because saliva's the best thing for clotting blood. And then I couldn't find anything for ages, so I found an old towel, sanitary towel, and I just used that to wrap around my finger until I could go upstairs, get the Sudocrem lathered onto it, and a bit of gauze and my tape, because that was all upstairs. So yeah, that was quite amusing. Yeah. Do you know what? I think I'm going to be finishing this section in this. I don't know where you came from. God, that colour's nice. Oh, I had a lovely email from the lovely Joe from Meowing Forever. I'm hoping at some point to get a promo pack from him. It's always nice to be able to support, you know, other people. And I have an idea which I might just, I would do it myself, but to be honest, chances are of that happening is not going to. So I have an idea which I might just share with him. I wonder if it'd be something he would like to try, because I have not seen anything like it on the market yet, and I have been looking. I think that would be very good. I think there'd be a lot of people want that thing. And if it was sold on Amazon, even better, because then you would get people buying, definitely, absolutely definitely buying, they would. I can come up with all these ideas. I'm an ideas person. I've come to conclusion, or the realisation. I mean, I'm too old in the tooth now, I think. Oh yeah, I'm 57 this year. So it's like, well, I think I'm 57 this year. So I think leave it to the young'uns. I know it's not really old, but to be honest, I can't be bothered. I'll be a tester. I do like our little community, or I should say Kristen's community. It's so friendly, so, yeah, funny. Like all the ones that I'm in, to be honest, because I wouldn't be in them if I didn't. But there's just some that I just feel very relaxed in. Pippi's group is one of them. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to get my mojo back for Mr. Yay. I really don't know. I mean, last November, I think I laid about 130,000 drills or something daft. I don't know. I did more. I did lots. And this year I haven't even done a smidge on that. And I think it's because I finally finished the big one, and emotionally I put so much into that emotionally that when it ended, you know, it was sad. It was sad when I'd done it. I mean, I know I haven't finished it completely, but it's sad because I've done it. Oh yeah, I've just got to fill in the gaps, seal and frame, but it's done. And I should have anticipated that, maybe if I could have. So even though I love Mr. Yay, I don't know, I'm just like burnt out a bit. Which is, well, I think what I will be doing though next is like what Kristen says, I think I'll join in. I'll participate to a certain extent some of these other events, but I won't join in officially. I'll just paint along. So yeah, I don't know whether that counts as sort of anything, but or is that just me just whipping along? Right, so that's that one done. So far, yeah. I love this colour. This painting is gorgeous. Oh, I've got one of those, haven't I? Only one. Yeah, only one. So I get out. Oh, it's an AB. Don't want to use my pen. I forgot I had a few ABs in this one. I think I did 3 ABs. Or was it 5? I can't remember. Right, I went 3. I did 3 ABs. Right, P. Yeah. Oh, this is so nice to be able to do where I don't have to think. I can just dot, find the letter and dot. Yeah. Oh. Golly, this is coming along. And ask what that was. I hope that isn't something you brought in, Desi. God, please don't let it be a mouse. Sounded like it could be. I'll check the door in a minute. It might be just the postman, but it didn't sound like that. You're trying to keep an eye on the wildlife that you brought in. Hmm? Is that why you're sleeping down here now? I won't believe it until I see it. My feet are now slowly going off the floor. Yep, they're now resting somewhere else. No, I'm not scared of little mice. It's just the bigger ones I don't like. Right, 2. 5 of these or so, only a few. 1, 6, 8. Colour that I know so flipping well from my Mr. Yay. 2, 2, tick. There we go. Was. Let's do the was. W. Ah. Nice green. Try to figure out what I could do with some of these paintings that I've got. And what I thought about was, obviously there's a lot that I want to keep, but there's the other ones that I don't want to keep, and they're just rolled up in a box. And I'm thinking I might just to give them as raffle prizes to people, you know, certain groups. So I think that'd be quite good. 6. Oops, probably too many because I probably only need 1. Oh no, 2. 1. Yep, literally 2. Plus 3 and 8. What are you? Do you anything boring? I've already activated it. I've spent it. Good golly, Miss Molly. Keep telling me that. Activating the app. It's already been activated and it's already been spent. Oh, I don't know. Oh, that is all the M's. Oh, look, I missed a W there. Oh, what did I hear? Oh, I think it was on Kristen's video this morning I watched, and she said about a mailman, and then I suddenly thought, that made me giggle. A mailman. Granted, she's referring to M-A-I-L man, but I was thinking of the M-A-L-E man. X. Can somebody tell me why I've got X? Oh, there is an X. 1X. But yes, mailman. wonder what other ones there are that are like that. Yeah. C. A. C. Yeah. Made me giggle. Boys sign. No, women's sign. That is, oh yes, it's right next to the boys sign. There's only one, two. That one. One. Yeah. So I'm going to be taking some bits for some of them in the group to do tomorrow. Like I've been oops, let's see if I can pick them up. I've only done a little base coat. Oh, they're still drying, you see, so oh god. And I've done on both sides. I mean, they're not totally perfect, but there again, you know, they don't have to be. They're going to be bookmarks, and I've got to glue them when that's dried, and then put some oh god, release paper over the top, you know. This is my made stuff I made when I printed it. This was from a post office, a Royal Mail post office label. I went to my post office and said, have you got any of those labels? The excess ones, the discarded ones that you would otherwise, you know, recycle or trash. And they gave me a whole pile, and I just had to peel off because they fit 2 labels on here. So I just had to peel off the outer bit, and then I stacked them up and ran them through my printer. And that's what I got. Before I took it off, I ran it through the printer because it made it a little bit firmer to go through the printer. But yeah. So I've got to put that on them. And then I've got a tub which I filled with a load of my round diamonds, my round drills. And then they can just do, and I've got some tassels. So I've got a bag of tassels, so I've got to go upstairs and grab that bag of tassels. I've got the pens sorted, I've got the tray sorted, I've got some wax sorted. And then, yeah, and I've got some other little trays to pour some of the diamond drill bits in, and then they can create their own. Just stick them on those things. Lemon. So we are slowly getting there. One. I'm trying to see these ones in here. Light tray and then light. All the ends, I think it is. So I need that funny, that one. Oh, it's an AB. Righty ho. Oh, it's a very nice AB, isn't it? I only need one though. Let's do that W, the one that I missed. Right. 7. VZY. There's a Y. Only one of those Y's. There's a Z. Come on. There we go. A V. Then we've got 8, 3 and plus after the Y. 8. Oh, I thought I did the Y's. Obviously forgot. Y. V. Come on, don't pull them all out. Right. 3 plus and 8. 8. Wow, what do you think then, folks? I think the start of this. Plus and 3, there's plus. This is quite a nice pink. It's sort of an off pink. On the way to being a Parma violet, but not quite. Pink. 2. Now I'm hoping this is going to be as vibrant as it was in the picture that they displayed on their website. Either way, it's perking me up. God, I was trying to upload some videos yesterday. It took forever. You know, one time it said 99 years. I thought, geez, hope not. Yeah. There we go. That is the first bit done. So now I've done that, I'm going to love you and leave you. Continue off screen. I'm going to have a slurp of my tea. Oh, it's just right. Right, and I will keep going. So, love you and leave you. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe and share. I'm trying to get to that elusive 500 things, and then we can see what happens then after. Okay then. See you in the next one. See you soon. Bye bye.